So here's the former UFC welterweight champion, KAMARU Usman, and there's no taking this man's legacy away from him. I know he was disappointed with that Leon Edwards fight, but this man is going to get his roses, his Hall of Fame night. Still has a lot to accomplish, though, at least in his mind right here, right now.
Well, you watch him in that fight, you still feel as though he was the best. He was winning the fight, and he got hit with a beautiful head kick by Leon Edwards. KAMARU Usman possesses all the skills, and that was one of the conversations we had. I said, I'm very proud as a brother of what you become. He has everything: cardio, he has striking, he has wrestling. He's just a tremendous mixed martial artist. He just has to rebuild back to that championship level, and that starts tonight.
And you wonder if that result against Leon Edwards could actually be a benefit for Usman moving forward. We're going to get some answers here in short order. That UFC Championship belt. All right, so we get another look and title defense for the UFC's undisputed welterweight champion, and he's chasing greatness, right? He wants to be mentioned alongside George St. Pierre. KAMARU Usman is one of the greatest welterweight champions to keep that dream alive, and that'll hold serve as the favorite time.
For him, it was about getting there, and once he got there, Johnny started thinking bigger. How do I build my resume? How do I build the legacy? How do I do enough to be remembered? It's all about legacy for this guy. It's fight by fight, but every time you speak to him, talks in historical terms. He's just a tremendous champion.
Well, and some people were suggesting this week that he move up a division and chase double champ status. He is focused on the task at hand. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for the official introductions, we send it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Welterweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, KAMARU, the Nigerian Nightmare, Usman. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, Jack DELLA MADDALENA!
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon tonight. All right, early round action here. Let's see how soon KAMARU Usman chooses to shoot. He talked to us a lot midweek about his jab and his overall improvements when it comes to his boxing game. So perhaps that's just pre-fight hyperbole, but midweek he talked like a man who wanted to box more than he wanted to wrestle here tonight. All right, the wrestler having little trouble engaging here in the clinch, and as you well know, he's got a lot of tricks and takedowns from this very position.
Well, he manipulates you. He manipulates you from the underhook. He gets the underhook, he starts to move you forward, backwards, he's tripping. He's foot sweeping you. He has so many different ways to get you to the ground that you can never really feel comfortable from this clinch position.
All right, so there's the takedown from KAMARU Usman. We know he has fallen in love with his jab and his hands a little bit, but back to his bread and butter early in this one.
Well, that's his roots, right? For as good as he is, in the stand-up. For as powerful as the jab is, it's always going to be the wrestling of Kamaru Usman that's going to lead the day. Whether it's offensive or defensive, Kamaru Usman will wrestle if he ever wants to be the champion.
All right, just as we saw a few seconds ago, he finds the home for another ground and pound strike.
Beautiful punch lands there from inside the guard.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Usman. Another ground and pound strike gets home.
Beautiful transition. Big ground and pound.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Oh, good work here to the body by Usman. Just over 3 minutes to go. And now he's got the back. Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
Really maximizing his shots here on the ground. Working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys can start throwing up legs, chasing triangles. Got his guard pass.
Lands the ground and pound strike here. Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here. All right, he's hanging out inside the closed guard of his opponent here, DC. You got to be careful. All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Two minutes now to go in round one.
Great job landing from the top position.
Continuing to stay busy here on the ground. Moving his head pretty well defensively on the ground here.
He is getting lit up. His face already has a big old cut on the side.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Usman. All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. Oh, nice job to split his guard and get the ground strike home again. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position. And you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you put a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
All right, so not enough action there on the ground. The referee brings the fight back to the feet, and we are back underway. 45 seconds to go here in round one.
Gets to the single collar tie.
And now some separation. All right, so the big storyline in this one, the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman. The wrestling's on point and the ground and pound going on as well.
You know, these skills are what allowed Kamaru Usman to become the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. He is a tremendous wrestler, incredibly strong, and you are seeing all that happen in the octagon right now. He is on point.
Back and forth we go.
Another big kick out.
Big right hook there by the champ.
In a very close round, a takedown like that might be the difference.
All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure, but nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, well, no surprise to see that eye continue to be targeted. Some replays from the previous round in which a lot of damage was doled out.
Well, the cut man's got some work to do to try to give this kid an opportunity to stay in the fight, because the reality is he has taken far too many shots to the eye, and now he's dealing with a nasty cut. He has got to change something.
Second round here. Nice jab. Usman starting to see the takedowns pile up. Nice entry to get that one done.
Great job by the former champion to get to the position that he's been known for, at least early in his career. He's developed striking, but ultimately, he's a wrestler. He's got to use that wrestling to start everything that he wants to do inside the octagon.
You see him put himself into the half guard, likes the control, yep.
Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
Back him out now. Oh, big shots from the top. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Oh, pinpoint ground strike by him there, and that one opened up a cut.
Nice shots landing from the top position.
Nice positional control here.
Oh, nice elbow.
Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. Oh!
He did a great job of reversing the position, using the opening that his opponent gave him to shut him off and get back up.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round.
He's got the single collar tie.
Pretty significant welt to the left side. All right, so he just decides to get up here and let the opponent up.
Nice combination by the shin.
Usman gets caught by the straight punch. Nice. Nicely done. Another strike hits that eye area, and it is getting messier by the minute up there.
Well, he's getting targeted now. He's been hitting that spot so many times that his opponent sees the cut, and the cut is advancing. The fighters separate.
Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive than we saw in round 1, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Oh, and now the underhook, DC.
He's got the underhook, he's got the far side post. If you're the opponent, you have got to get out of here.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. All right, so that opened up a cut around his eye area.
He hasn't moved his head well. He was taking shots too clean, and now a cut is opened up.
All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. He talked to us a lot about pace and pressure, and he has certainly kept up his end of the bargain.
I mean, the cardio is fantastic tonight. He is pushing at a level that we have not seen him fight before. This is shades of Colby Covington, Max Holloway, those guys that can fight all night. He is showing you that he has done the work in the training room, and it's on full display tonight.
He's having his way with him here.
Ref will help you here. Just as the referee will never take a guy out of mount, they will not take a guy off of your back. You have to get him out of this position.
All right, working inside the closed guard now. This is no safe place against this opponent. All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round. All right, so another nice strike by him there, and he continues to attack that cut. Pretty sage decision by him to target that area.
We always talk about his fight IQ, John. We talk about his ability to recognize his advantages. That's exactly what he's doing. The moment he saw that cut, I knew that would become his focus.
20 seconds to go, round 2. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Usman ground and pound from half guard. Trying to pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job of following with his hips making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard.
All right, there's the horn indicating the end of the round. So potentially a big factor here, ladies and gentlemen. The cut on the cheek sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. All right, let us show you all that was done in terms of the damage in that previous round. He has got a huge gash on his cheek.
I mean, there was that shot right there. That one landed and opened him up. What a nasty combination thrown by his opponent. But this cut now is another issue to deal with. He's got one of the best fighters in front of him, and he's dealing with this cut on the cheek.
Ready.
All right, here we go with this third round of this championship fight. Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. Oh, left hook to the head, it's blocked.
Beautiful body shot there by Usman.
Now he's got the single collar in the clinch.
Ooh, what a punch.
Usman gets the double leg takedown. Hard to win MMA fights off of your back, but these strikes are useful from the bottom. All right, so some definite damage underneath the elbow now on the side of his opponent. A lot of strikes to the body. Whoa! Oh, nice judo toss for him.
Take him out here. Now he's got good body position, yup.
Oh, he's got his back. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Usman.
He does a great job of getting to his position, landing effective strikes, and now his opponent's starting to swell. Another ground and pound strike lands for this man.
Usman's right back to the full mount here. Landing strikes nicely here from top position. All right, looks like he's got a couple hooks in here, DC, and defensively, you better be careful. All right, well, that blow is buffeting from that cut with each strike landed, and he continues to effectively target that area.
You know, we are talking about a guy with a super high fight IQ. So when you give him that blood, that crimson red is nothing more than something that inspires him to continue doing what he's doing. So you have got to change something. You got to get your head moving so you're not taking too much damage to that cut.
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
With 2 minutes and change to go in round 3. Oh, just a merciless approach here on the ground, continuing to target that cut.
This is where he wants to be. Changing the position.
Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good... All right, so the ref has called a break to the action, and it likely means, yes, he will call in the doctor to look at that cut, which is just leaking all over the octagon right now.
A lot of blood, John, but this is a fight. I mean, guys bleed, girls bleed. It happens in a fight. These guys should be able to continue.
He still seems spirited and mentally in this fight, and to that end, the doctor will allow him to continue, at least for now.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so some pretty significant adversity here, but the fight is going to continue. The doctor has left, and the ref gets us back underway.
This is right back underway, and it doesn't seem like there was too much thought into it. It looked like they were going to let him fight, and that's exactly what they did, and I could not be happy.
Oh, the cut on that cheek is only getting worse. His face is a mess. Single. Lands starts with the ground and pound.
Wrist control, wrist control.
1 minute now to go in the third.
Oh, man, what a strike from the bottom.
And the referee brings the fight back to its feet. No surprise there. Needed to see more action. Oh, and he continues to pour it on. We mentioned earlier the aggression with his striking. Got to be careful to not gas out here, but at least you have to admire the approach. Oh, he gets the takedown late in the round here, DC. That could be pretty useful when it comes to the scorecards, potentially.
Very useful when it comes to the scorecards, but also a testament to his conditioning and his cardio to still be throwing takedown attempts at the end of rounds instead of winning fresh.
Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. Oh, man, that cut is nasty. Usman's in half guard now.
This is a terrible position.
All right, close guard now. You gotta be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, there's the end of the round, and hopefully not the end of the fight. He doesn't look as handsome as he did when he walked out. That is a severe gash on his face. All right, let us now get you some replays of all the damage done in that previous round, including the strike that opened up the cut.
Yeah, some nasty strikes landed over the course of that round, and it opened up a nasty cut. He has got to find a way to change some things defensively, or that cut is just going to get worse and worse. And the worse it gets, the more he runs the risk of this fight getting stopped.
You ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, here we go. The tension is palpable. 4th round is underway. You've got a thing or two to say about these championship rounds.
The 4th round is easily the hardest round to fight. You're so used to fighting up to 3. You got to get back off that stool, and this is a real test of your will and desire to win a fight.
Well, if you like blood, maybe this is the fight for you, but that cut just continues to get targeted by his
He's a
opponent.
bloody mess, J.A. He's been beat up. The guy has been targeting the eye, and now the cut is at a stage that I don't know if he's going to be able to be in there much longer.
Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Oh, now gets an underhook to get a more dominant position. Well, you didn't see a lot of the body work from him in the earlier rounds, but he's certainly getting after it here. Big shot to the body connects there. We'll see if he can follow it up.
Oh, big elbow.
Now he gets a more dominant position with the underhook.
He is going to start to drive knees over and over. You got to be careful here. You got to move.
Jockeying for position in the clinch. Both fighters here trying to get a more dominant position. Now goes in and secures the takedown. He's very close to the finish here. All right, trying to pass here. As Glover Teixeira might say, not today.
Not today. Great job of following with the hips, keeping those legs locked and keeping them in full guard.
Yet again, rinse and repeat, targeting that swelling, and you gotta think this is gonna start to affect his performance now.
Yeah, it's at a point now, John, where he's going to start to get desperate. He's going to start to make some mistakes because this swelling is not just minor anymore. We're starting to get into the major territory. Beautiful reversal on the ground.
Still plenty of time with which to work here, round 4. Print the shirts, ground and pound. Trying to guard pass here, not today.
No, it ain't happening. Good job understanding the transitions.
Very active off of his back. Lands a beautiful strike from the bottom.
All right, so the referee has called for the doctor. This could very well mean the end of the fight.
Yeah, the fight's over. There's too much damage. This fight needs to be done.
Looks like he's almost willing himself to stay in this fight, and doctor's going to give him a chance. Somewhat surprising there. That cut is nasty.
It's a nasty cut.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so the ref will get the action back underway after that brief health and safety check, and to no one's surprise, the fans support the decision for the action to continue.
Absolutely. I mean, this official...
Oh, he hurt it bad.
It's getting really hard to watch him absorb shots. Oh! Gets back to his feet.
Oh, he just hurt him. He just hurt him.
And this is a great fight. These guys are just letting it all hang out.
Usman goes in for the takedown now, and he's able to get it. Beautiful transition there after he was getting stunned on the feet. Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Blocked. Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter.
So pretty good recovery by the opponent after getting stunned pretty good. Got to capitalize on those opportunities.
I mean, you can't waste these opportunities. You don't get them as often as you'd like. So when you get a guy hurt, you got to find a way to finish the fight.
Man, his body not looking too good right now. It's not quite Dominic Reyes against Jan Blachowicz, but these body strikes really starting to add up.
They're starting to pay dividends. You know, he spoke to us about this earlier in the week, how he was going to eat this guy up from bottom to top. He was going to go in reverse. That is exactly what he has done.
Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take...
Oh, again.
Oh, man, you gotta credit him for continuing to attack that area, but that cut is getting harder to look at.
Yeah, it's hard to watch, and, you know, we spoke about this guy and how impressed we were with his fight IQ and how smart he was in his approach. It shows again, he got his opponent hurt, and he has been on that cut the entire time. Great job.
And there you go, again, half guard.
So wisely, he continues to attack that area that is cut wide open. When you were fighting, was that something you would do? You see a cut, try to attack it?
It's like a target. I mean, you want to get your hands on that cut. You want to punch him in it. You want to elbow him in it. Anytime you see your work paying off, you go down the path.
Look how excited you just got talking about punching a dude who's already wide open. Like, you got really excited.
It is, right? And I'm old now. I don't even want to fight no more, but I do love a little damage.
Buzzer sounds for the end of round 4, 20 minutes in the books. All right, so he has made his way to the end of the round, and quickly he makes his way to the stool. The cut man has his work to do over these 60 seconds. All right, let us get you some replays from the damage in that previous round. Perhaps we can even isolate the shot that opened the cut.
I mean, just some big shots landed over the course of that round. And he wasn't responsible defensively. He was trying to tough out way too many situations. You can't do that when you're fighting a guy like this. If he doesn't change something, he's going to find himself in trouble.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, 5th and final round. Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll. Oh! That'll do it! KAMARU USMAN!
Holy smokes.
All right, the official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 12 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC Welterweight Champion of the world, KAMARU, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman.
Wakanda forever.